The most iconic ball in sports was almost never even invented, but now it has a hidden advantage that almost nobody knows about. See, in the late 1940s, David Melany was living the American dream. The retired Yukon Husky pitcher had a nice family, a good job, and a house in Hatfield, Connecticut. But then Melany decided to take a risk and leave the job he had been at for over 20 years to start selling car polish with an old friend. However, within a few years, Melany realized that he had been caught up in a scam, and the car polish business he worked for went bankrupt, leaving him without a job at 45 years old. But then one night in the summer of 1953, while Melany was pondering his next move, he noticed his son and some friends playing baseball in the backyard with a plastic golf ball and broomstick. The kids had adopted this equipment to avoid breaking windows with a real baseball. The only issue was, throwing such a small ball left the kids with sore arms the next day. So Melany reached out to a local packaging company that used round hard plastic to package perfumes and asked for a few samples that he could take home to tinker with. And after hours of cutting different holes and reassembling various pieces together, Melany stumbled across the perfect backyard baseball. See, he had discovered that by cutting 8 ovular holes into one half the ball, he could easily throw it with curved riser sink without getting a sore arm. So he took a few dozen of these early prototypes down to a nearby diner to get some feedback. But after they quickly sold out, he decided to take out a second mortgage on his house and go all in on this new invention. And by February of 1954, Melany had filed his very first patent for the game ball, which was later renamed to the Wiffle ball in reference to how easy it was for pitchers to make batters swing and miss. And now, over 70 years later, the Melany family has sold over 60 million Wiffle balls worldwide. But it's not the sheer number of balls sold that I found most surprising, because unlike most cheap toys that are sold in America today, every single one of these 60 million Wiffle balls have been made right here in the USA. This has allowed the iconic toy, which originally sold for 49 cents in 1953, to cost just $2.99 today. For reference, if the original price had simply matched the rise of inflation, that original 49-cent price tag would be almost $6 today. So I guess there's an upside to making all of your products in the same 2-story brick building in Connecticut for over 7 decades.